Why, hello there. Hi, Evelyn. I'm so happy you're here today. We
Hi.
are, it's such a funny thing. Today it's raining in Los Angeles. That means the internet goes out all over the city.
Raining is raining here too.
Oh, well, then who knows if it's
It's
Northern
a rainy
California or
day.
Southern California. It's just like the internet goes out. God forbid we were like someplace like, where they have actual weather, right? Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
happy you're here. Your story has been so inspiring, and I really wanted to give you a chance to share what has been happening for you. So many people come to me and say, I know that if I want to have a successful business, that means I got to just kill myself and I got to hate my life and it needs to be miserable and I'm not willing to do it, or else I just think that's the only way to do it. And you've proven everybody wrong. And so I wanted to talk to you and just talk to you about like the day we very first spoke on your breakthrough session. And now take it away, Ms. Evelyn.
So I contacted you because I was extremely miserable. I had been crying for 3 days in a row. I felt trapped at my in my business. It was a really bad place, that I was in. I didn't have a life, and although the business is good, the money is good, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't happy, especially because if you don't have time to spend the money, then it's no use like having any. So, honestly, a lot of things changed when I joined Break Free Formula. I have more time now. I hired my sister to make my ice cream. That didn't go so well, but it's okay because I'm okay delegating. So I'm interviewing a girl tomorrow. I'm going to hire another ice cream maker because there's no way I'm going to do everything myself.
I just have to take 1 second, Evelyn, and say Evelyn has a super successful ice cream shop up in Northern California, and it was doing so well. It was like you said, you came to me going, I have all this success and I'm earning all this money, but I have no time. I can't even enjoy any of the money I made. So I wanted to make sure like people get to know like you already had crushed it in business. You're already doing really well there. It's just like you said, you really had become, it had gotten to the point, a slave. Like you were the only one even making the ice cream when we first spoke. Mm-hmm. So that it would be perfect.
Slavery. Yeah, total slavery. I honestly, I didn't have a life to the point where I couldn't go to breakfast with my parents or just go to LA to see my grandparents. My world was the shop, like from home to the shop, from the shop home, go to sleep, shop home, go to sleep. Like that was my life, and my life really sucked. And now, well, I had a breakfast with my dad this morning. I'm like, that's so awesome. I'm like, I didn't do that before. And this weekend, I'm going to go to LA and I'm going to stay with my grandparents. And next month, I'm flying to Texas for 6 days. And I feel more free. Yeah, it was not like this before.
It's such a funny thing because it was, when we talked originally, you had said that you couldn't see how it could get to be any other way. You had dreams of, well, maybe what I'll do is expand or open up a line of ice cream cakes that I make for people. But there's no way to get any bigger or expand because you can't even, there's no more hours in the day. Mm-hmm. And I said, what if there were a different way? What if there was time that you were spending on something that it was totally counterintuitive? Like your time was being allocated to something that you can't even see right now. And you were like, I don't see it. Every hour of my day is accounted for. Remember?
Yeah.
But you were able to find time miraculously. So much time that look at you now, like you said, going to Texas, going to Los Angeles. As I've been looking at you recently and the life that you've created, with your pets
Mhm.
and your home and all of it. And it really is everything that you said that you wanted to accomplish. How did you do it?
Well, I mean, thank you, Cheryl. You helped me out a lot. You helped me see things that I didn't know I was carrying in me from when I was younger, or I didn't know how that affected my present life. And I didn't know how I can heal from things that happened decades ago. And honestly, that was really huge, because I can go back and things don't even hurt me like they did, or I would cry. Like, I don't know. It just, yeah, things don't hurt me like that anymore. And I definitely healed. And I didn't think I was even broken. But, if after decades I still cry about it, I definitely was. But not anymore. And I also wanted to, well, I wanted to do a lot of stuff. I wanted to get a dog. I did. This is Phoenix. Watch.
Oh my God, so cute.
And honestly, that's pretty awesome. I have the time. Like before here, we were playing fetch and stuff so he can get exercise. Before I didn't even have time for myself, let alone to exercise a dog.
Yeah.
And now I do. And I was also afraid to put the cakes out there, because flaky employees. Well, my cakes are out now, they're for sale. I honestly, so many things changed. Yeah.
It's amazing, Evelyn, because it seemed like when we very first spoke and you hopped on that breakthrough session, it was like your world was ironclad in terms of the reasons that it was the way it was. So it was like, well, but you don't understand. I've got employees that don't show up, employees that flake, employees that do this, all these big things that have to happen at work. Every hour of my day is spoken for. I've tried, and it's clear that you're smart, you're dedicated and driven and committed, and you do what you say. It wasn't a matter of doing more of the things you already knew. So what you did is when you said, yeah, I'm going to invest in myself and because I've got to find a way to make this change. And we started looking at where right now things were becoming obstacles or hurdles or hindrances that you were unwittingly putting in your path. Unbeknownst to you, we started bringing all those things that were below the level of consciousness to conscious awareness. And when we did, you started picking up speed. It was so funny. In the middle of the program, you were like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I can't be on the on the conference call. I'm going to Texas on vacation." It was like, "Oh, I'm going to be in Hawaii. Sorry, I can't make it." And it's Evelyn, you're amazing.
Yeah,
You kept doing the work, and you just kept being coachable, and you've changed everything. I mean, you'd said, I just want a normal home where it's like I could have a life. And I was looking, I went to your Facebook earlier today because I was like, I want to find a photo of Evelyn. And as I opened it up, there's photos of you parasailing, doing archery, painting, hanging out with friends, sitting at breakfast with a mimosa or something. I was like, oh my God, there's literally not even one photo of you just looking at the camera. It's like, here I am shooting arrows. Here I am doing all this stuff. This was not predictable. This was not your life as it was.
At all. And I remember, when my birthday came along, yeah, it sucked. I couldn't even celebrate my birthday. I had to work. I think it was like a 14-hour day on my birthday.
Yes, it was. It sure was. You just started the program. Yep.
Yeah, and my boyfriend went to the shop to take me my cake. It was kind of like a sad moment.
Yeah.
Not kind of. It was a sad moment that on my own birthday, I had to pull in a 14-hour day and blow my candles. at the shop.
Yeah.
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 And that
Not
was
anymore.
yes,
But yeah.
that was the start of you taking the reins and taking control back in your life. And it's funny because it
Yeah.
really is, the conventional wisdom says just work harder, do more of what you're already doing. But you knew that path was broken. You actually talked about the
Yeah.
most gorgeous insight that you had one Sunday. Would you share that? It's so profound and so sacred.
Yeah. So I went to church, and like I said, I was miserable. So I reached out to you. And then I thought, Jesus didn't come to die for me so I can be miserable. I am not honoring God with my misery. Like, something has to change. And I remember when I had the call with you that you mentioned, if I didn't move forward with the program, what would happen? And I said, I have reached my breaking point. There has to be a change.
And I didn't even ask what would happen if you didn't move forward with the program. But if you're unable to shift that road that you're going down, where it's like you got to work even harder, you have to just put in more time and do without. Just keep sacrificing everything that matters to you. If you continue down that road of just sacrificing everything that matters to you, having your birthday in front of strangers at your shop, blowing out the candles there, for 30 seconds before you got to get back and help customers. What would it be like? And you realized you just can't.
I couldn't imagine that. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
yes.
No way my life can move forward like that. It has to change. Yeah.
Evelyn, you're just such a light. You made such a difference for everybody else in the program, and just the way that you've been unwilling to settle is so inspiring. I want to share a couple of things that you said you wanted to do when we very first spoke on that first breakthrough session. Can I read a couple of the things?
Sure.
You said, if I were able to move past this being miserable and only just continuing to work harder, I would hang out with friends. I would see my mom and dad. I would go to LA and see my grandparents. I'd do simple stuff, everyday stuff, like go to the mall. I'd go on vacations. I'd go to Austin. I'd go to Hawaii. It's just, you're doing absolutely every one of those things. And you said, it's not just about the money. I've been broke, super broke. It's not that I'm doing good or bad. I just want to have a life.
Mm-hmm.
You did it.
Yeah. And I don't even go to the shop every day anymore. I'll go at night. I'll count the money, put new money in, and then leave. Like, it's cool.
Who are you?
Yeah. It's definitely so different. Amazing.
Evelyn. Yeah. Whereas, remember, before it was not only you would be there, but then you'd go in and watch the footage from the whole day.
Yeah. Yeah. And that definitely improved. Because even like when I'm at my house or cleaning my house, just listening to music or watching YouTube videos while I clean, but not watching the cameras.
Yes.
So that's cool.
It's amazing. You started, yes, you stopped watching those, and then suddenly you have had this influx of super trustworthy employees.
Yeah, and not only that, before, like, I used to have to cover for them. Honestly, I haven't had to cover a shift in a while, a long time. And I'm adding more employees too, because I don't want to put myself in that position where I'm the only one available either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Evelyn, you're a true inspiration. And it's like, you were dedicated. You couldn't figure out why you were being stopped, but you had some idea, like when we very first spoke, like maybe it's me. Maybe somehow I'm self-sabotaging, but I can't see it. and you couldn't. That's the way we're designed. We're designed in such a way that all that stuff that we want to see about why we self-sabotage, it's all hidden from our view. So you come in and you're saying things like, you know, I can't, I'm miserable and I can't figure out why. And then here you are, you've changed all of it, you know? And at the time when we spoke, you said you've been trying to hire for 3 months and couldn't get anybody.
Yeah.
And by the way, sorry I interrupted, but I did hear that you're cleaning your house, because that's one of the things you said. If I could only even clean my house.
Yeah, my kitchen is super clean right now. I super deep cleaned it yesterday. It makes a difference living in a clean house for sure. Like mentally, So, yeah.
It makes a difference when those things that you want most, you're able to accomplish. Like when there's some connection between I want this and I do this, as opposed to I want this and I don't know why, but I keep doing the other thing instead. It's like a crazy disconnect. And you're now wanting one thing and doing the same thing. So Evelyn, just glorious. It's so good. So good to hear your story. Thank you. Thank you for making a difference with people.
Thank you.
Oh, my absolute honor and thrill. Yay! Come back anytime.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Just one last thing. What would you tell anybody who thinks it's not possible for them?
It is. Coming from a place of misery, because honestly, I really was, to not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, to my whole world like crumbling down, to coming out on the other side. There's a way out. There's a way out of, you know, a shitty job, a shitty business, a shitty relationship. Like there's always a way out. So even though you feel stuck, honestly, there's just always a way out. And that's I know because I lived it. So that's my words of encouragement. It's always possible.
Beautiful. Thank you. My camera went out. But thank you so much. It's lovely to be with you. All right, my dear. Until next time. Thank you.
Until next time. Bye, Cheryl.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.